Thanks for being at LRGA Curves. Thanks for being at LRGA Curves, you guys. This is just real quick. I hope you had your bell rung so that you could get notified that I was hopping on here real quick. Um, yep, here we are. And thanks for being on LRGA Curves. Make sure you smash the like button, smash the subscribe button, and ring the bell on the way in, Curvies. Oh my gosh. So lots of stuff is happening. Today, I believe, is the day that they had the homegoing for Keke Jabbar from Love and Marriage Huntsville. And we went live yesterday and talked about how her family, specifically the Dawson side, did not want Wanda, Letitia, specifically Marceau, or any of the other Moors there. And they wanted them, there was a request from the uncle or cousin, Ellis Dawson, that he did not want Wanda or anybody from her clan at the um, memorial today, the homegoing, the balloon ceremony, or anywhere else, and to also keep Keke's name out of their mouth. Just keep it out of your mouth. That's what he said. Just keep the same energy that you had for Keke in death. Have that same energy for Keke. I mean, the same energy you guys had for Keke in life. Keep that energy for her in death. He said, if you guys ever loved Keke, then you would have never treated her the way that you treated her. That's what he said in a very explicit, passionate, emotional Facebook post. That's what Mr. Dawson said. Then it looked like somebody in the family might have been like, oh, that might have been a little hard, bro. That might have been a little hard. Hi, DT. That might have been a little harsh, because then he did a follow up, like kind of softer. We just want peace. And out of respect for Keke, let's keep it peaceful by you keeping yourself away from our gathering for the person we loved. And I thought that was a nice thing to say. And now, mind you, Wanda was live 2 days prior to Keke's passing and got some news that another person in her family died. I believe it was her sister, um, or well, another relative died allegedly. And she said it was expected though in the live. And then 2 days later, we find out that Keke passed. And there were mixed reports on how that happened. They initially said she passed at home peacefully surrounded by loved ones. And then it was said that she was in her car sleep that was off, but it was monoxide. And then we finally got it that it was the car was on when her husband found her, unfortunately. And she did pass from carbon monoxide poisoning, allegedly, so far, from what we know. Well, today we're meeting because, oh yeah, smash the like button, smash the subscribe button on your way in. If you haven't already, ring my bell so you can get notified when I go live like this, when somebody posts something like what just got posted, you guys, which is he told her to keep Keke's name out of your mouth. The Dawson side of the family explicitly, they said that he's actually said on his Facebook Live that he was going public with the request in the hopes that her and her clan would get the message and stay the F away. That's STFA. To STFA from any services. STFA, stay the F away, and to keep her name out your fucking mouth. Okay? Well, you know, Miss Wanda's always talking about how nobody's going to tell her nothing and nothing and nothing. Well, guess I couldn't tell her either. So it looks like Miss Wanda decided to take it upon herself and finally post after not posting anything since the time that her sister or whoever that was that passed in her last live. She ended the live abruptly and said she just got word that somebody passed, and she ended the live abruptly last week, like I said. And then between Miss Wanda and Letitia, they got another content creator to tell us that Keke had passed before anybody from Keke's family immediate family that she was getting along with and who loved her, before any of those people got a chance to tell us. Like, we didn't hear from Miss Constance. We didn't hear from her husband or her kids. Nobody from that side got a chance to tell us anything before it was brought to YouTube, and with a little bit of misinformation, which in the Facebook Live, the cousin, Mr. Dawson, said that they wouldn't have known how she passed. They're not in the circle. So he would also appreciate not having misinformation spread about anything, because they're not in the room to know what is going on, right? So we know pretty much she had to have gotten the word that someone on the Dawson side of the family went public and said, not only keep her name out of your mouth, but you are not welcome at any rememberings or celebrations of life. We don't want you. As a matter of fact, he ended it by saying that there was, what was the word he used? Damn. I have it right here. It's in my photos. Because I be taking photos, because people be deleting stuff later. So I take a little photo here and there. And I don't just do that with reality TV stuff either. I like take photos with a number of things. And because, like, I swear I Google stuff sometimes and then I go back and this is gone. What was it? Okay, anyway, I have it in here somewhere, but it's also an iPhone. So it says I have 14,000 photos. Yeah, that. Okay. And I know I have a 2 terabyte iCloud that I'm like, once I get them to the iCloud, how do I get them back to my phone to be able to use them for the stuff that I upload for content or whatever else I'm doing? Anyway, I need to really read the directions. My husband's always saying, read the directions. So we know that she probably had to have gotten the word that they weren't welcome, because it made the neighborhood talk, the shade room, the Jasmine people picked it up. A lot of people picked up that the Dawson side of the family said, STFA, stay the F away from the celebration of life for Keke, and keep her name out of your mouth. You, Wanda, your daughter, Tisha, and he said something about your son-in-law too. So Marceau can get some too. Well. It appears that Miss Wanda's going to do what Miss Wanda wants to do, because 45 minutes ago, today, the day that they laid to rest and had the remembrance for Keke, Jabbar, she couldn't let it ride. She couldn't let it ride. Like, look, this is all without bias. I'm just saying, as a person that just lost my dad in December, and you know what happens when family passes, like there's always a little kerfuffle. And I just want there to be respect and love and healing with what's left of this family, because there's a lot of shenanigans going on over here. I'm not sure how. I feel like there's just a lack of respect continued in Keke's death from certain people, such as this example that we're about to read, that just aren't respecting her well-being, her anything. Her family asked you to leave her alone. Leave it alone. Don't mention it, don't nothing. But Miss Wanda just posted this 45 minutes ago. She's posted, along with this picture, on behalf of the Moore family, we wish to express our profound gratitude for the overwhelming support and love we've received during this incredibly difficult time. The loss of our beloved Keke, they went ahead and mentioned her. That's disrespectful. You got a direct request from the people that love her and who had to nurse her back to health after she was shredded by people who shared her DNA on TV for entertainment. And you were asked Please don't bring that. Just leave her alone. And that was just like 2 days ago. Didn't that happen on Friday or Saturday? Today is Monday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We went live about it. So yeah, it had to happen on Friday. I believe it happened Friday evening. 2 days later, you guys, they disrespect the family by doing what they feel like doing. And part of what he also mentioned, I believe, was not to make it about them. It had nothing to do with them. Don't make it about them. So then let's read this together, Curvies. Oh, that's too big. Let's go right here. On behalf of the Moore family, we wish to express our profound gratitude for the overwhelming support and love we've received during this incredibly difficult time. The loss of our beloved Keke has left an immeasurable baby. I'm live. Baby. My son is in here. The loss of our beloved Keke has left an immeasurable void in our lives, and your kindness has been a source of comfort as we navigate through our grief. Ironically, we just laid my beautiful sister Claudette Long to rest a week before. We are still healing from her untimely death. To each and every person who has reached out to us, whether through heartfelt phone calls, beautiful floral arrangements, and generosity, please know that your gestures have not gone unnoticed. Each act of kindness has touched our hearts and reminded us of the positive impact Keke had on so many lives. The outpouring of love from friends, fans, and even strangers has been truly overwhelming. It serves as a testament to Kiki's vibrant spirit and the joy she brought to those around her. Your stories, memories, and words of encouragement have provided us with strength and solace during these dark days. To those who have shared in our grief, offered prayers, or simply held us in their thoughts, we thank you. Your support has formed a network of compassion that is helping us through this imaginable loss. As we move forward and honor Kiki's memory, we will forever be grateful for the community that has rallied around us. Your love and support reflect the light that Keke brought into this world, and it will continue to shine through the lives she touched. Thank you for standing with us, for remembering Keke, and for helping us celebrate the beautiful life she lived. Your kindness will never be forgotten. Now, there's a quote around this, as it's written by Wanda Moore Leith. I'm just going to show this comment right here because there's a lot of talk about, Wanda's. You know how people can sing with the accent? No, they speak with the accent, but then they talk. Well, wait, no, how does it go? Somebody can talk with the accent, but sing in another language, or like those actors from England who come over and are act American and they hide their English accent. I'm just wondering how someone can write so eloquently. It's very eloquent, and it doesn't really sound like Wanda at all. And I kind of agree. Condolences, but ain't no way Wanda wrote this. But this is, let's count the number of Kikis. Anybody in the chat can do a Keke counter with me. Go ahead and smash that like button, smash the subscribe button. If you haven't already, ring the bell so you can get notified when we upload videos. And let's do a Keke counter real fast. Let's start from the bottom. Now we're here. Okay. So we have one Keke. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Guy.
5, 6. 6 times they did not keep Keke's name out of their mouth. 6 times. And a number of times I feel like this is really like, I mean, I know that was their cousin and everything. However, I really thought it was disgusting how they treated her on TV and everything like that. I'm not into people doing that for fame. Like, don't ruin your marriage or your family for fame. Like, that's stupid. That's so freaking stupid. Okay. Sell your so much. Anyway. But I kind of feel like this is high key disrespectful. And I feel like mentioning her name 6 times, you could have just mentioned it once. You could have said my beloved niece. You could have said our beloved family member. They could have said you know who. They could have said KJ. They could have said anything after that emotional plea from Mr. Dawson the other day. It was an emotional plea after having to mend Keke back together after how they treated her on that Houston trip when everything blew up. And the amount of hate and vitriol that was aimed at Keke because of lies and edits and stories being done to her. He alluded in that Facebook Live that this happened to Keke, the car situation, the carbon monoxide being found in a running car happened. And he said that Wanda, Letitia, and Marceau and the show were directly responsible. That's what he said. He said it. That's what he believes. I know that a lot of people feel like the show is very toxic. And I feel like it's very toxic also. Um, and now they're trying to do this whole thing where the people that watch the show are the problem. Okay. That's like saying the people that vote are the issue. It's not the candidates. That's not the issue. The people that vote are the issue. It's like, are we living in the whole upside down world or something? Did anybody else see Stranger Things with the whole upside down world? And it's freaking opposites day right under our feet. Mm-hmm. Mention her name 6 times, you guys. That's high key disrespectful. I don't know. Do you agree or not agree? Let's get to some of these comments. Thanks for being in the house today. So we have DT was first in the house. I love you, DT. I love your digital art. Those flyers, I mean those post thumbnails you've been doing are beautiful for Keke. Dina, thanks for coming through. Did Wanda write that herself? That's what we're saying. Look, I showed you the comment, Dina. I don't think anybody believes Wanda wrote that. Condolences, but ain't no way Wanda wrote that. I don't know, but like I'm saying, you can sing in a different accent. You can act and pretend like you maybe the way she speaks is just a habit, and she really has this eloquent, beautiful, perfect grammar inside of her writing pen. Annette, I didn't see what you wrote. Darn, sorry about that. AI must, yeah, it's sounding a lot like Chat GPT. I love Chat GPT. I love AI. I love it. Wanda used Grammarly and AI. I'm pretty sure it really doesn't sound like Wanda. You know how like writers have a certain voice, and you can read something and be like, "Oh yeah, they wrote that," and then other people can write something. You're like, "No, there's no way they had to have had a what's that called? A ghostwriter." Mm-hmm. Carlos hasn't said anything, Allie, and he did not go live today for Messy Monday. Actually, no, he did say something. Carlos said one thing. He posted the other day one thing, and we did post on here on LRGA Curves about it. Let me see, can I find it? I think it was just a post of what he posted, but he did, in fact, post something. Let me see. Carlos broke his silence. I think it was a short. Carlos. It was just like a. It wasn't even really specific, but since it was within the time frame, um, I assumed that it had to do with that. Um, yeah, it was just like one little blurb, and it's in the video we ran the other day about Keke. Um, But he did not do Messy Monday today. So that means I didn't have to mod for Dr. Heavenly's side either, because she didn't have Messy Monday today. And then she was going to go live yesterday, and then she ended up canceling it. She was going to go on her Patreon, and she ended up canceling that. And I didn't ask her why or anything. I mean, she wouldn't have to tell me anyway, but sometimes I'm like, oh, are we going live today? But I didn't do that yesterday because I was busy my own self. Let me see. Wanda need her butt kicked ASAP. Oh my God. Allie, I was wondering if she said something as well. Yeah, no, nothing. And I'm going to check again right now. He hasn't said. It's kind of radio silence. And, but I'm checking again right now in real time. Carlos King. Nope, nothing. Nothing. And I feel like that's high key disrespectful too. That's high key disrespectful. Owen hasn't said anything. I'm going to check Owen's page right now. Owen TV. Nope. It's just business as usual over there. Not even a picture of her on their freaking landing page. Let's go look at that together, you guys, because that's high key disrespectful. This whole being asked not to mention Keke and then mentioning her 6 times specifically in a letter that doesn't even sound like you wrote it. So you got AI to be disrespectful for you. That's not cute. I mean, how is the healing, which I started with, I wish for this family overall, how is the healing going to start if you're being continuously high key disrespectful to the request of her loved ones and to the loved one that used to be here? It's high key. But let's go look right here. Let me do a search right here. Search. Oh, so I can show you Carlos King has not posted. He posts a prayer every day. And even the day that it happened, it didn't feel like that particular prayer was about what happened with Keke. And let's see. So this is a day ago.
That most of the enemies that come up against you have only identified you as competition.
Can you guys hear that? Yesterday I had a little problem. Can you guys hear that okay? Can I get a 1 if you could have heard that real quick? Because if not, I want to redirect. I want to pivot sooner. Can I get a 1 in the chat if you just heard? Awesome. Thanks, Dina. I'm going to keep on playing it then. This he posted just yesterday, but also it was Sunday and he's very religious, you know.
The reason why they try to end your moment is because they can't see a world where they keep their position.
Oh, sorry. I always do too much.
Do you realize that most of the enemies that come up against you have only identified you as competition? The reason why they try to end your moment is because they can't see a world where they keep their position and you become your best. So as opposed to allowing you to become your best and them having enough security in what God has given them, they try to cut you down, trying to elongate their moment. But by the time this sermon is over, you will realize that no weapon formed against you will ever be able to prosper. And there is not a person alive that can prevent your moment from being your moment when your moment shows up.
Well, maybe that was about Keke. I'm not sure. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you guys think that post had anything to do with Keke's situation? I don't know. Let's go to the one 3 days ago. So, okay.
Had to purchase.
So the day we found out about this on what day? Was that Friday we found out, you guys? Was it Thursday or Friday? Damn. But one thing he did post for Friday was that to catch a new episode of the new show he's doing, Family Empire, but nothing about Keke. 6 days ago,
We're starting. It's major.
He was posting about Claudia Jordan. He doesn't post like
Sunday brain
daily. It kind of looks like, no, it kind of was every 2 days before this happened. Before this happened, it looks like he was posting every 2 days, if you can see here. I was looking at that date right there, and it looked like, damn, Monica, sorry, I made it too big. So I was looking at the dates on these posts, and prior to last week, it appeared that he was posting every 2 to 3 days. And then this happened, and he hadn't posted in 6 days. Then he posted this on Friday about the new episode, and then he posted this yesterday. So, I'm not sure if that had to do with her or not, but just as the producer of the show, I would have expected somebody like Carlos, who does put a lot of scriptures on his page and stuff like that. And if he sees this, I hope he takes the advice to please post something about Keke. Please just post something about Keke. A picture with a purple heart. Acknowledge that she existed on your production. Acknowledge that she added value to what was going on, that she added to the 38 episodes that you have on freaking Love and Marriage Huntsville. Like, just the acknowledgement would be so beautiful. How do you guys feel about that? Should she get a little acknowledgement on his page specifically? I think so. I think so. I really do. Let's come over here to these comments real quick. She used Grammarly. That's where we left off. Wanda go. Wanda need her butt kicked. Wanda go. Please don't like you. Rip Keke. I don't agree with you. That's great. Wanda didn't write that. Feel both sides of the family have the right to thank people. So that's what you don't agree with me on, Annette. Look, you're entitled to your POV, and I love a good alternative POV over here. However, when there was such a contentious, disgusting, tumultuous, bitter, feuding style relationship that was heavy on the side of Miss Wanda towards specifically her younger niece. And then she was asked by other people in the family to please look, we saw how you treated her. We had to clean it up after you. Just leave her name out of your mouth. Leave us alone. I feel like as much as they have a right to thank people, they could have thanked her without putting Keke in it. 6 times. We did a Keke counter. She was in there 6 times. So yeah, thank all the people you want. Yeah, oh my God, the outpouring of support for us since we broke the story first, and everybody got to reach out to us because we told her, everybody, that her name was Keke Jabbar Scott. And I mean, it was just really weird. The whole thing was just really weird and felt a little clout chasey with saying the whole Jabbar Scott. That was so bizarre. You didn't even like her. We saw you didn't even really like her like that to hyphenate her name with Scott all of a sudden after death. So thank her all you want, but leave her name out of it. Thank the people. I'm a very polite person. I used to get miscongeniality. Parents used to go to their little kids and be like, why can't you be more like her? She's so polite. So I love a good thank you and a welcome and a please. I love a good dose. Thank the people. I'm not saying don't thank the people. I'm saying keep her name out of it. How do you feel about that? Do you feel like thank the people and keep the name in is necessary? Or do you feel like respect after death could have been something that felt better than more disrespect on their loved one? That's all I'm saying. I'm not, hey, and this is all just like my thoughts. We all have anuses because they were supposed to remind us that of our opinions. We all get one. Okay. So yeah, Carlos basically posted a blurb, not even mentioning her name. Carlos is a chump. That's what Charlotte said. Grammarly couldn't help Wanda because she doesn't speak like that. That's what Patricia said. Dina said she got Tisha and Marceau daughter to write it. You think Tisha could have got that together? Okay. I don't know, Dina. I don't know. That's not your family. Her mother's wishes should have been respected, Annette Johnson. Yes, Natty. Thanks for being in the house, Natty. No, long time no see. Thanks for being here. And I agree completely. That's I mean, that's not your family. Her mother's wishes should have been, yeah, basically. And that's usually like what happens. It's like after death, it defers to the people who loved you most, doesn't it? Like in my house, in our family, after death, outside of the will and the trust, it defers to who loved you the most and who was left in charge, right? So I agree with you, Natty, that the mother's wishes should have been respected. Charlotte said, of course, I don't know Wanda personally. Yeah, I mean, we're not saying that like that. You know, obviously, this is all just TV, you guys. We are literally watching a TV show. None of this really matters. It's all a distraction to keep us further from our best and highest good by distracting us instead of us honing our own talents and husband instead of us honing our own talents and working on like levitating and all that stuff, we like sit here and even I regurgitate this reality TV stuff as a distraction to a distraction because now I'm distracted. You see what I'm saying? So I get, Charlotte, totally nobody's like coming at you. I'm pretty sure that nobody on here really knows Wanda like that. Nobody, this isn't our family. This is our TV people that we know. So I don't know Wanda personally, but judging how she conducts herself on Love and Marriage Hospital, I would never believe that she wrote that post. It really doesn't sound, yeah. Oh my God. There could be not here. We're going to go back there. Let me go back there for the people who just got here. And you guys, let me reread it one more time because this just here. Okay. As a matter of fact, here, we don't have to hear shit. Let me let you listen to how Wanda talks.
Oh, y'all. It's Juneteenth, y'all. Hey, everybody. It's Juneteenth. Juneteenth. Put that fist up, baby. Show that fist. Yes. Y'all, this the day that they choose to make a legal, another black holiday. Yes. I like Juneteenth colors. Yes, baby, I do. Oh, y'all see my Juneteenth color? Yes. I'm rocking, baby.
Oh, yeah. Consequently, copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Copyright allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, education, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. So, based off of what we just heard on Wanda's live from her page, and then we're going to go back. So just remember this voice and this cadence and her the words that she uses.
Y'all moving fast today. Y'all must thought I had something to say today because y'all coming in here fast. Y'all moving today. Look at you guys. I got away on Ebony. Hi, Ebony. We miss you on the show. Thank you. You're black. Oh, yes. I love those fists. Yes, baby. Because we over here. We the L's over here. We the 3 L's over here. Hey, we live, love, and laugh. That's all we can do over here, baby. We not like this. We like this. We tight like a fist. Yes. If you like this, well, I want you to be like this. You really look so. Well, thank you. With my gray, do y'all like my gray hair? Because I'm finna go dye it. It don't gray no more, but on the inside, y'all. It won't gray out. If it gray out, I'd be glad to have it. But it would not gray out. It just gray on the inside. Just on the inside. Are you married or single? Both.
She's still saying she both.
Both. Love the great. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, so that's her cadence. That's how she usually talks. Now we're going to read. Now this is going to be my voice, so obviously it's going to sound different, but we are still going to let me see what's happening over here. Can you see that? Yeah. So we are going to read this. Now just listen. Listen to how she talked and then hear this in her voice. On behalf of the Moore family, we wish to express our profound gratitude with overwhelming support and love we've received during this incredibly difficult time. The loss of our beloved Keke has left an immeasurable void in our lives, and your kindness has been a source of comfort as we navigate through our grief. Ironically, we just laid my beautiful sister Claudette Long to rest a week ago, the week before. We are still healing from her untimely death. To each and every person who has reached out to us, whether through heartfelt phone calls, beautiful floral arrangements, and generosity, please know that your gestures have not gone unnoticed. Each act of kindness has touched our hearts and reminded us of the positive impact Keke had on so many lives. The outpouring of love from friends, fans, and even strangers has been truly overwhelming. It serves as a testament to Keke's vibrant spirit and the joy she brought to so many around her. Your stories and memories and your words of encouragement have provided us with the strength and solace during these dark days. Though to those who have shared in our grief, offered prayers, or simply held us in their thoughts, we thank you. Your support has formed a network of compassion that is helping us through this unimaginable loss. As we move forward and honor Keke's memory, we will forever be grateful for the community that has rallied around us. Your love and support reflect the light that Keke brought into this world and will continue to shine through the lives she touched. Thank you for standing with us, for remembering Keke, and for helping us celebrate the beautiful life she lived. Your kindness will never be forgotten. Yeah, yeah, I agree, Charlotte. Doesn't sound like she wrote it, at least to me. Who wrote that for her? Look, a chat GPT at this point, Gene. Chat GPT. Um, hey, Princess. House of the Princess has a YouTube channel in these YouTube streets. You guys go through and support. If you don't already, now you know. Annette Johnson. Keke was around the Moores as well since she was 13. Keke loved her father, which is part of the Moore family. Yeah, well, the uncle specifically requested that Wanda, Letitia, and Scott Marceau not be in attendance, and the other ones that had something to do with the show specifically was his request. Carlos is making it evident that he really didn't give a shit about Keke. His conscience, if he has one, is kicking his ass. Wanda was vile to Keke. That's not love. Where did you see that? I didn't see the Scots at the end of Keke's name. It wasn't at in the original Annette Johnson. In the original, the first person to break the story on the YouTube streets was, I believe, Speak With Your Girl Marcella. Shout out for breaking that story. And she said that she got a statement from the family, Letitia and Miss Wanda specifically, and they gave her a statement to read. She read the statement. The statement said, Keke passed, surrounded by loved ones. As we remember, Keke, Jabbar, Scott, da 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 da. That's what it said. So it wasn't like in writing, it was announced. House of the Princess. Natty says, hi. Reno, Purple Hearts for Keke. People were complaining that Carlos didn't say her name, but now you're complaining that Wanda said her name. Yeah, it's totally different. Well, see, because the family didn't say anything about not saying something till I feel like it was Friday or Saturday. Before he said something, everybody had fair game to just be like, oh my God, my coworker passed. Oh my God, somebody I used to work with passed. Oh my God, let me put something up in remembrance of that person. And nobody did it. Then the cousin Dawson comes out, Ellis Dawson comes out and says specifically Tisha, Wanda, sorry, Tisha, Wanda, and Marceau. And then he was like, and anyone who had anything to do with that show, basically leave us alone. So yeah. And it's only because I'm not, yeah, I was actually, okay, Annette, I take it. That I did sound like I was complaining, and I actually am, because I feel like you defer to the person that loved them most, just like that's who got the biggest piece of cake at the fucking birthday party. Whoever gets the biggest piece of cake at the birthday party, everybody understands. Nobody complains because that's the person you love the most. They get something different. They get treated differently. In this particular situation, the person that loved Keke most, her mama, the person that loved Keke most, this Ellis Dawson, who specifically say he helped nurse Keke's mental health after the Houston trip. They got big pieces of cake as far as I'm concerned. Therefore, I was complaining that their big pieces of cake didn't matter to Wanda, because she basically still wants a big piece of cake by continuing to name Keke. And because she knows it's going to get his draws in a bunch. I'm pretty sure she knows it. I'm pretty certain that Chat GPT could have left all those Kekes out, and we still would have got the message that it was specifically about Keke. But to put it in there 6 times after the man said, keep her name out your mouth, just feels high-key disrespectful. And, we had a good interview over here with Keke when on LRGA Curves. I considered her a curvy. We talked as recently as Mother's Day. I mean, it was, I wouldn't call her my friend or anything. Like, I didn't know her. I just knew what she allowed me to know of her, but she was accessible. And based off of that alone, I feel like she's due in death the respect of the people that loved her the most, who are still trying to protect her. They're trying to protect her legacy, her reputation. How would you feel? This is a really good question. This is a great question for you specifically, Annette. I love you. Thanks for interacting. How would you personally feel, Annette, if somebody who had your blood treated you the way that you were treated, that Keke was treated, and then something horrible happened and you passed? And then the person that loves you most, who saw how you were treated by this other person that shares your blood, decided that now that you were gone, they were just going to say what needed to be fucking said, tell that person everything that they needed to say, because the only barrier probably from Ellis Dawson not telling them that sooner probably was Keke. She was probably like, oh, don't worry about it. We're working on it. Everything will be better one day. Things, we can have time and space, because that's the kind of person Keke was. If you guys remember, Keke was always the one who was acquiescing, when she didn't throw that drink that time, but she always kind of felt like she was trying to leave the door open, and we don't get along sometimes, and this is just going to be another one of those times, and but I'm going to say what I need to say. And I just feel like if my mom would ask somebody to not do that, I would hope that they would respect that. So how do you think about that? Like, let's say your mom had requested this specifically, and then you had like a crazy auntie cousin who just was like, F what your mom wants, and did this anyway. How would you feel then? I would be really interested to know. Right on, healthcare workers. Thanks for being here. Healthcare workers are very important. Tisha doesn't speak like that either. That's what I'm saying. Maybe Wanda's niece, Courtney, already. I'm telling you, Chat GPT wrote this. Hallelujah. Somebody, I never in my 59 years witnessed a thing as such. That's what I'm saying, right? Wanda wished unaliving of Keke on social media several times. That's after she said she should have been an abortion. And now you're sitting up here saying, thank you for standing with us and remembering the beautiful life she lived. She was such a light. She was such a light. Really? Really? You get strength from our stories and words of encouragement? Really? Everything's overwhelming, huh? It reminded us of the positive impact that Keke had on so many lives, but not yours enough to say that she should have been an abortion, or to say that she should have been, or wishing her unalived on social media several times, as Natty Spencer says. Really? That's another reason why I'm a little complaining about this whole thing. It just feels very inauthentic. Read the freaking room. Read a room. How about that? How about that? Read a room. A measurable void in your life. Why? Because you don't have anybody to kick around anymore? Is that the void that she's leaving in your life? Like, we're not buying it. Like, I personally am not totally buying these kindness words that she put in here, because it didn't seem like she took any of that into consideration in dealing with Keke in real life, IRL, when she was here breathing and her blood was pumping. It just didn't feel like there would be an immeasurable void. It didn't feel like, it just didn't feel like any of these wonderful things you've said about her. Her vibrant spirit. My husband's burning incense and it's getting in my throat. Her vibrant spirit and the joy she brings to those around her. Really? Did she bring you joy personally that you just forgot to mention? Because we would have so loved to see that on Love and Marriage Huntsville, because that shit is toxic as heck. Okay? I would really appreciate to know about some freaking positive, vibrant joy going on in Huntsville at this point. I would love it. I would love it. I would, oh my gosh. I might watch every week on time if it was about joy and vibrant spirits and positive impacts. I might watch all the time. Because at this point, I'm weaning off of toxicity and negativity. Like, I just can't, my spirit doesn't want it anymore. You know what I'm saying? So to those who have shared our grief, and you got a network formed, huh? You have a whole network of compassion. A network of compassion is formed after the loss. But what about a network of compassion for while she was breathing, while her kids were hearing her be ridiculed by her blood relatives? What about all of that? I'm just not sure. I'm just not sure why none of this is sitting in an authentic place in me. It just doesn't feel authentic to me. I'm calling bullshit. You guys ever seen that Instagram where somebody will be like, "Ooh, you're beautiful," and then it'll flash a little boy in the backseat of a car, and he'll say, "Bullshit. That's bullshit. Bullshit." Yeah, I'm calling bullshit. They chose to make it. Wanda wished unaliving. They chose to make it. God gonna deal with her. Yep, that's what we're saying, princess. It was her mother's wishes. Yep, that's what we're saying, Natty. She sounds like a country bug. Yeah, like it doesn't sound like she wrote that at freaking all. Okay. These comments are everywhere. Tisha married a scout. He felt that show production cast and Carlos did not protect Keke. Hey, I don't think that she was very well protected either. That is on us outside looking in. I've heard Keke say out of her mouth that she's a daddy's girl. So we don't know. Yeah, I feel like this is all just specific. He said specifically the people on the show, specifically Wanda, Tisha, and Marceau. Specifically, that's what he said. So I don't think her dad was included in that. And also, I'm not really feeling like this is including the dad. Do you guys feel like this statement is including the dad? Do you know which one of these is her father? Are any of these her father? I'm not sure even. It looks like they have their own remembrance for her because they weren't invited. So the people here have on purple, as you can see. Oh, let me put this back over here. Scooch this, make this as big as possible. So you see how everybody, some people have on purple. Some people have on red and pink. This is Letitia and Marceau right there. I don't know who. And then this is Miss Wanda over here. Those are the only people I know in this picture. But yeah, I don't really feel like this statement would have even had to be made on behalf of the father, because we've never met the father, you know? Or she could have started it with my brother, something, something, something on behalf of my brother and da 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 da. You know what I mean? Maybe something like that. Let's see the comments. Rest in heaven, Queen. I think I'm missing people. Daughter of Israel, Keke Jabbar. I hope the show gets canceled. A lot of people are. I'm dead. Have at it. I'm gonna leave instructions in my own hand. That's what I'm saying. Leave instructions in your own handwriting. Yeah, because look, House of the Princess. I'm pretty sure that you're the kind of woman like I am. Like, I wouldn't have let so much stuff slide in life that my family would have had to feel the need to do this after death. It also, like, I would have totally read Wanda and Tisha a number of times. I probably would have been responsive and reactive to everything they ever said about me, after a certain point. I mean, there's only so much a person can take. Wanda probably using to collect money from people. I was hoping. Toria, I haven't seen you in forever, ever. Thanks for being here. Toria says Wanda probably using this to collect money from people. I was hoping that the show would honor her in some way. Yeah, at the end of the thing, they could have edited that in at the end of the episode on Saturday in remembrance of Keke Jabbar. They could have definitely done that. They do it for producers on shows and stuff, and cameramen on shows. They could definitely do it for a person they abused on national TV. Scott has so many skeletons in their closets. Carlos protected, huh? She didn't write a word of that statement. Do their ability to enunciate and unenlightened behavior. She could have never reached up from under the dwellings to write a lexicon of the English language, right? Right? Like, this is pure GPT. Carlos should have done something. I haven't been on the Carlos hate train. I'm not on a lot of hate trains. I let people be what they're going to be, do what they're going to do. I do have feeling behind it, like I said, in this particular case, especially now because Keke's gone. And I know that she did want so much healing, and she was playing nice with the people. But overall, when hate trains come through, I'm not all aboard. And there's a lot of hate for Carlos King in particular that I'm noticing. Well, I don't even know if the word hate is a good word. A lot of strong dislike for the man. And they personally blame Carlos for how grown people act. Now, while he does serve it up on a perfect petri dish, I mean, it's literal, a petri dish. And you know how petri dishes usually contain a bacteria so you can watch how it grows and spreads. So he provides a petri dish for the bacteria of human relationships. And I feel like that's pretty much what he does. The petri dish holder isn't always the problem. Now, if you're some kind of mad scientist adding different substances and compounds to the freaking petri dish to make it activate in a nasty way, then that's something else. But I kind of feel like what he provides is a camera and a production team and a little pay and a platform, and everybody else does what they do. He didn't make Martell cheat. He didn't make Melody kick her out. He didn't make the Scotts bring it up on camera before she was ready. He didn't make them do anything. I'm pretty sure there was not a pow head to the head of anyone involved. They all did it free and clear of any type of duress. I'm pretty sure I'm hoping. So that's part of the reason why I don't personally blame him, but I was expecting a lot more from him because of all the Jesus posts he posts. He's always posting a prayer and a word of positivity. And it just feels like, if you're so positive, I don't know, it just doesn't match to me the same way this writing doesn't match how she talks. The jealousy was real. Another clue that Wanda did not write it says written by Wanda. Yeah, nobody who writes their own letter says written by. You do that on like the script, on the draft for the book. You know what I'm saying? Wanda's full of shit. Keke's passing has divided this family for good. I'm sure it has. Damn, what was the wording? It has caused. Damn. Keke's very forgiving person. Here, I think I have the picture right here of what he said. I can share it with you. I finally found it in my pictures. Was it in a download? Download, download, download. Okay, let's see where to put it. Laughing like children, living like lovers. Here we go. Rolling like thunder, under covers. And I guess that's why they call it the blues. I love that song. Okay, here we go. Here's a statement. In retrospect, I spoke out of frustration. I don't apologize for allowing my true feelings to be known. We have Monday to celebrate Keke, and then we can get on with our prospective lives as the strangers we are, never cross paths again. As the strangers, we are to never cross paths again. Sorry. We are not going to tarnish her memory with foolishness. We are not going to tarnish her memory with foolishness. So maybe she felt like that meant she could say her name 6 times. I'm not sure. But see, that's the guy that I said made the Facebook post to, Ellis C. Dawson on Facebook. And this was on his page. And now I can't find him. So I don't know if I didn't press the right button, but I couldn't get back to his page to see if he posted anything else or to hit a notification if he goes live again, because the live he did was so long. Yeah. Let's see. Make that smaller. Let's see. Anything else over here? Gwen, hi Gwen, what's good? Thanks for coming through. Just got back this afternoon from, oh, you went to the Essence Festival. Did you see Candy Girl? She was there. Carlos was there. Everybody was there. A lot of people were there. Did you have fun? It looked kind of empty. It kind of looked like BravoCon the first year and the second year. It looked rather empty at a lot of the things. It looked like they had a lot of space, which is a good thing nowadays because, some people still want 6 feet. But I mean, it looked like they had enough room for everybody in there to still have 6 feet. So I hope you had a good time. Of course, Carlos will protect his investment. I like Carlos. I just don't think he handled it correctly. Yeah, I agree. I like Carlos too. I don't think he handled it correctly. You forgot we're dealing with Carlucifer. Yeah, I've been hearing that name a lot lately. And same thing. I just feel like these people pay taxes, they're rearing children, that some of them have employees. I mean, they make decisions every day. So I'm not sure how he makes them do anything. I'm not sure how he's all of a sudden called Lucifer. And he's not even paying that well. I heard that Lucifer pays very well. He'll promise you anything. He'll make you famous. Lucifer will. Carlos makes you semi-famous, but not like as famous as a whole Lucifer based off of the movies that I saw, where you end up famous and a rock star for all those years till he comes to collect on the contract for your soul. Yeah. Maybe Carlos's thing is he gets your soul up front, huh? Is that what you're saying? But also these people have to be willing to give a soul. That's what I think. Anyway, who else is here? Fishnets. I never saw you in here before. Thanks for coming. Mama Dama, thanks for coming. Michelle GM was in the house. Thanks for coming. I think I already said hi to Charlotte. Israel Spring Baby, right on. Miss Gigi, thanks for being here. Sandra, right on. Patricia T. Miss Bugs, I didn't see you. Thanks for sneaking in. Anybody else? Patricia T. Oh, did you see Pusha T? Just he got to be an ambassador for Louis Vuitton. I wonder if it's because of being mentioned in Kendrick Lamar's song and it's like a Pusha T mania. I can see his page. Oh, you can? Good. Okay. Okay. Maybe I just left the C out or something this time. But when I went back to my history, I couldn't find it. It was so weird. Carlos, slattering snake head. Gwen, thanks for being here. Anybody else? Okay. She didn't write a word of that statement. We all agree she didn't write it. Did you know that Cain and Abel was from two different bloodlines? No, and resided. No. Oh my God. Fishnets. Is that the truth? So are you saying that? So, but she was only impregnated by one Adam. Are you saying that Adam had two sets of semen in him, or that is very interesting. I'm gonna have to research that. I did do the research on the number of Adam and Eves. I'm up to, there was 3 beginnings allegedly for our world. Anybody else heard about that? There was Adam and Lilith, there was Adam and Eve, and then there was Adam and one other one, but I don't know her name. But there was 3 renditions, and the Adam and Eve that we're supposedly from was the last one. But the other one, Lilith specifically, would not submit, and so she's like, yeah. Hey girl. Yeah. Okay, you guys. I don't want to keep you all Monday night. It's 7:02 here in California. It's still 95 degrees. I hope you had a fantastic Monday. It's the first day of the rest of them. And leave a comment down below. Thanks for coming through. Smash the like button. Smash the subscribe button if you haven't already. Or ring my bell so you can get notified when I upload videos like this on a whim without any notice. Okay? And thanks for being here, everybody. And I'll see you in the next video. See you in the next video. Whoa. Thanks for coming, Curvies.